Fire Service veteran. My classroom presentation for this year's FDIC is called Tips, Tricks, and Tactics for the Engine. This presentation is based on my 29 years experience riding on 2, 3, and 4 member companies. This presentation is geared specifically for the first due engine. We're going to take a look at the things that you can do to guarantee your success in performing the most important fireground function that we perform, the stretching and operation of the initial attack hand line. For those of us that live in the world of the engine company, in order for us to be successful, we have to live in a world of speed and force. How quickly can we put our hand line in service, and how much force can we apply to the fire? Now, when we talk about force from an engine company standpoint, we're talking about gallons per minute. In this presentation, we're going to take a look at emergency pump operator scenarios in which you have to deal with the loss of water for the first due engine or a mechanical failure of the first due engine. Just because your engine is broke down and there are no other companies on the scene yet does not mean that you are out of the game. We're also going to take a look at the pre-connected hand line, the most stretched hand line in the American Fire Service. Specifically, the pre-connected hand line that's loaded with the triple load, which is, in my opinion, the most efficient hand line load for a pre-connected hand line. I've experienced with the Minuteman load, with the flat load. None of those can compare with the speed and efficiency of the triple load when you modify how this load is stretched based on the tips that we're going to give you in this lecture. We're also going to take a look at blitz attack drills. We have 5 of them that we're going to take a look at, and they are built upon a model of progressive discipline. And when your company masters these 5 drills, they will be experts at the application of big, fast, violent water to the seat of the fire through the truck-mounted deck gun. We're also going to take a look at the tactical operations of the first due engine. In this segment of the class, which is going to be about the last half of this class, we're going to look at 15 different videos. They're going to start with the fire prior to fire department arrival, have the first due engine arrive, start their stretch, and then initiate the fire attack. And these fires that we're going to take a look at are going to deal with the 3 most common occupancies where we go to work: the private dwelling, the multiple dwelling, and the commercial occupancy. We're going to break these videos down with heavy emphasis on the tactics of the first due engine. And when we look at these videos, we're not trying to beat anybody up. In fact, I've made efforts to hide the identity of the departments in these videos. We're trying to learn from them. Also, throughout this lecture, I have placed tips that I have learned throughout my 29 years experience. Some of these tips I learned the hard way through experience. Some of these tips I learned the easy way because they were passed on to me by my peers or by the generation that went before me. So, if you're into engine company operations and you like to have an interactive class like I do, this is going to be a good class for you. I hope to see you at this year's FDIC, the world's premier firefighting conference.